it down. Because I actually like a lot of rock. I like, I like country music. I like folkier stuff. But like as far as guitar wise, I mean, I started learning guitar when I was like listening to like Dave Matthews and like Gavin DeGraw and like Incubus. So see, that's a weird combo right there.
That's not a rock to bang your head.
Yeah, and then like I grew up with like a lot of country music, and my parents' contribution, I always joke around, is John Denver, because that's really, they're not super into music, but they gave me John Denver. We listened to it obsessively.
Oh, I know. What was that song? I know the album. It was like he was walking. It was white in the woods. There was trees.
The album? Is it an album cover?
The album.
But see, I don't know if I ever saw the album covers, because they always had cassette tapes that were old. Okay. So I may not have done that research. But this old guitar is one of my all-time favorite songs, and Ben Harper. I played so much Ben Harper when I first started playing guitar.
Wow, so you got really, good for you.
But Florida has a lot of jam bands and a lot of kind of, fun, like reggae type, just kind of beachy music. So then I've got that side. It's really strange, kind of.
The dance electronic.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I love it. You can't party that long.
Right. But vocally, or I think my biggest thing musically are people with vocals, the real melodic, like, I love Sarah Bareilles. I love her lyrics. I loved Incubus because, I shouldn't say loved, because they're still around, but I was really, really obsessed with Incubus for a really long time, and I still love them, and their lyrics to me are some of the best lyrics. People laugh at me, but I swear.
Would you like to share one lyric?
My favorite is, by now you would think that I would be up, but my bed sheets shade the heat of choices I've made.
What? By now you would think that I would be up, but my bed sheets have changed.
My bed sheets shade the heat of choices I've made.
Wow. Now see, I like that shade heat thing, because that's very philosophical.
It is.
I get it. And
that's just the tip of the iceberg with them.
That's cool.
Yeah, really great lyrics.
That's deep, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. Whew. So did you, when you started to learn to play the guitar, did you go out and play in like clubs, or do you remember the first place you went to play?
I do, actually. It was called Yeoman's Road Pub in Davis Island, Florida. And it became kind of since I moved out here, I've had a really great group of musicians who are real supportive of each other and help you grow, and you learn so much from them. And I was lucky enough to have the same thing back in Tampa. And it started at Yeoman's, and there was just this great group of people who all sort of, there were some people that were seasoned, that were playing for like 20 years there, and I got to learn from those type of people. And then I also met one of my best friends, Emily Drew there, who's also a musician. I played my first open mic, and she bought a guitar that week and started playing, and then we kind of started playing together.
Cool. So you kind of grew up.
Yeah,
nice.
and she was a big influence because we were learning at the same kind of, like, we were sort of a similar place. I had started a little earlier, but I think she was a little more dedicated than I was, so she caught up quick.
That's great. No, you motivated her. I mean, otherwise she might not have kept picking it up.
Right. So we had a lot of fun together.
What kind of bar was it? It was like a dive bar?
Total dive bar. Oh my gosh. It was probably, it was pretty small, but it was muggy sometimes, because you're on an island in Florida.
And you're like sticky and sweaty.
I think they had $2 PBRs. That says a lot.
How many did you drink? No, I'm just kidding.
We don't need to talk about that part.
Absolutely. Oh my God, my gosh. What is it that you love about singing, now that you've kind of figured out how to write your songs differently than you used to?
It's just expression, and I think that I don't necessarily, I'm a pretty open book, but it's different when I'm on stage. I really am, and sometimes I'm too open, and I shouldn't be, because I give my flaws away too easily. But I'm learning.
Right out in front.
I'm learning.
Here they are. Take them or leave them.
Exactly.
These are not bad flaws. We like these flaws. They sound really good, and they make you cry, actually.
I don't know. I think on stage, though, and my writing is the most, like, vulnerable. I might still have, like, a guard up in life, like, even though I'm kind of open, I think I'm more open about, like, the deeper stuff when I play, and it's just sort of when I'm on stage, I think I have a lot of interests, and I can do, I'm very successful on the business side and can be strong, and
that business pod was very helpful.
Right?
Well, really, you're very impressionable at that age.
You are, totally. So I thrive in that. However, I think my home is on stage. Like, that's where I get to truly be the version of myself that is like the most real, I think. So
yeah. I feel you. So songwriting is just your way to express yourself in emotions that you know that you have, or that you don't know that you have? Are they things
both.
that you're working? You know what I mean?
I think both, actually.
Oh, okay.
And I recently started writing about other people's stories more than mine, but I think it's still part of me. I think I'm still able to understand that for some reason. So
you're
expressing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Good.
You understand people's sorrows.
Right. So I think that in itself is actually therapy for me sometimes too. So it might be a little selfish at the same time.
I don't think you could think learning
not
something
in a bad
new
way.
is selfish.
Not in a bad way,
what I mean?
but I'm saying.
Yeah, you should be selfish. I mean, a little bit. Just a little bit. Do you like sad country music songs, or lovey-dovey country music songs, or dancey country music songs?
I mostly, if I had to pick any of it in any genre, it's probably the sad stuff or the storytelling stuff.
Why didn't I even ask that question?
Right?
Of course.
No, I mean, I like to dance, and and there's time to do that, but I think, driving music is usually for me when I'm listening to my favorite stuff, and it's the emotional storytelling stuff. So that's really, storytelling is huge for me in music, and it can be any genre. If you're telling me a story, I'm in.
Yeah. That's the trick.
Yeah,
that is the whole thing, and it's better if it comes from you, but if you get it from your friends, learn from it. Do you have like a particular mantra or a quote or a favorite saying or something like special to help get you up when you're like feeling down, or to just get you going,
Yeah, actually this year I learned kind of a lot. I was having some really bad anxiety, and it just kind of came out of nowhere last year. And I don't know if it was like a control thing, and I've been out here for 5 years, and my family's all back home, so even though I have a great group of friends and they feel like family now, it's still not necessarily always the same as having your family here. And so I think I was getting some anxiety just about like things in my life, but I started realizing you can only control and react to things that you can choose how you react to things, and I was letting certain things kind of own me instead of me owning them.
They were taking up space.
Yeah, and I was letting negative things in my life, take up that space, and I literally breathe and tell myself it's just a moment. Just let it go, and it'll pass, and it's how you react to it.
It keeps coming back, but you have to find that.
But you learn how to cope with it. You learn how to cope with it. Yeah. And I haven't been getting anxiety.
It takes a little bit longer.
Well, and I don't think it's always that you conquer it fully. I think you have to. It's almost like yoga. You have to constantly practice.
Absolutely.
You have to remind yourself of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they do say that like worrying about something, you're worrying about nothing because it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So you are
it's like
actually
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. So you could be creating something like that. Can you share with us one of your earliest childhood memories?
That's a good one. I remember sitting in the back of my mom's Volkswagen Bug in the car seat and watching her shift the knob.
Yeah, the stick.
She had the long one with the round ball on the end.
It was really long. I remember that.
And I remember that. I don't even remember the outside of the car. I just remember the inside. How funny is that?
And you were in the back.
I was watching her shift.
You were in a car seat?
Yeah.
So how old were you?
I must have been little.
4.
Yeah, little. I mean,
5, 6, 7, 8.
I would say 3 even. I mean, that was an early memory.
That is a very early memory. Did you tell your mom that?
Yeah, we laugh about it all the time. I don't know what was so like.
Darn, Kelly, I wish you were younger again so I could just tell you to stop singing in my ear.
I wonder what was the thing about that stuck with me. How funny, right?
Maybe because she was just so powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. It's crazy,
That's not easy. You got to put your feet clutch, start, go, pull this thing together. You know what I mean? Traffic zooming by, lights changing. You know.
No, it's
For
not
you
fun.
at 3 years old,
Right.
it probably looked gigantic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's true. I don't know.
Okay, here's a totally wild question.
Oh gosh.
What do you think about on a daily basis when you're walking down the street? Daily, like something that you daily think about, or maybe not. Apparently, she has empty head when she's walking down her street. She has cloud head. That's okay.
I'm a romantic. I think about love a lot, and we'll just be honest. And I think most people who know me would agree with that. And and that's pretty open right there.
Yes.
In the scary place
what
of open.
do you think? No, it's not. It's beautiful.
I can't wait to have family and stuff like that. So yeah, eventually. But
do you have a boyfriend that you're gonna get engaged to?
No.
Yeah.
So even though I can't wait, it's not in the near future, but we'll see.
You're excited for it.
I am. So.
In your thing, what do you think about love? Like, how do you feel about it? What do you think about it? I know you're romantic and you want to have kids and a farm and.
I think I honestly think I've had a great single life, and I've done so much, and I've lived overseas, and I've traveled a lot, and I have a good job, and obviously I would love to play music fully one day if that was in the cards, but I'm excited to take care and worry about other people. And not have to constantly worry about my own silly things. Like, I feel like I'm over it. And it's time I can't wait to take care of other people.
My things don't matter anymore. So your love is giving, your feel for love is to give to other people what they need.
Yeah.
Or what help they need.
But not in spite of my own needs, along with.
Well, of course.